The LA Dodgers just got a lot scarier. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Bad for Baseball, the baddest baseball podcast on the internet. I'm Adam Bettel, joined alongside by Nicholas Paleolog. Ohtani, we know he's the GOAT. He's won MVPs multiple times. Last year he won MVP, just doing it with the bat. This year, though, he's probably going to win MVP again, and you could sprinkle in a little bit of pitching as well. He's obviously coming off of the Tommy John surgery this year, and he's ramping back up, and we just saw an outing that just might make the Dodgers look freaking threatening because he dominated in that outing against the Cincinnati Reds, and leading that into postseason might be pretty dangerous for those Dodgers. We're going to talk about that and as well how good the Dodgers have been lately. Before we do, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Yeah, Ohtani didn't need the pitching. He was already so good with the bat, but now they got another weapon.
Yeah, he was already going to win MVP. And also, too, just a quick minor shout-out here, I guess a sad shout-out to the Cincinnati Reds. I found out yesterday they were the last team to get swept in MLB. So that was their sweep right there, was losing to Ohtani. So I guess if you were gonna lose your season-long, I haven't been swept title yet, I guess you're losing it to the Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani. That seems reasonable.
It was a good run.
It was a really good run. I mean, you made it to the end of August, right? Yeah. But either way, Ohtani was going to win MVP regardless of the pitching. Now that he adds that in, he is 100%. Like, even if you were to get injured and be out for the rest of the season, I still think that he wins MVP at this point. Like, that's just how favorited he is. 45 bombs, 17 stolen bags, 123 runs scored.
That's ridiculous. Well, leadoff hitter, right?
Yeah, leadoff hitter who steals bases, who also hits home runs. When everything's said and done, like, Shohei Ohtani could be flirting with 140 runs scored, which is just ludicrous.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? I feel like I'm splitting hairs here with Shohei Ohtani. He only has 17 stolen bases this year after a 50-50 season.
I know, he's definitely doing it less this year. I don't know, maybe that's something that they just decided, like the coaches decided, or maybe he's taking it off less. I don't know. Either way, though, it's clearly still good enough for him to win MVP and be the best player in baseball. And if they can get him on the bump doing what he does, I mean, that is just such a weapon for the LA Dodgers. We forget how good Shohei Ohtani was when he was a pitcher.
Yeah.
There was real conversations back in the day, like a couple of years ago, is Ohtani a better hitter or is he a better batter? And, you know, people were actually debating whether that's the case. And we're talking about a batter who, like you said, did 50-50 last year. So it's like, you know, when we're comparing him to his pitching self, and the fact that we're even having those conversations goes to show how lethal he can be on the bump when he's locked in.
Right, and that's why he gets paid all the money in the world, because he can do it. He can be special, right? And yeah, even though this year he's got a 4.18 ERA and a WHIP of 1.206, it's the fact that you can just cram a position player and a pitcher into one roster spot, which just makes it so special. But you know this whole line here doesn't tell the story. It's the line he had against the Reds that really tells the story. This is the first time this season Ohtani has hit 5 innings pitched. He only gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and a whopping 9 strikeouts. I mean, and the 1 homer. That's why he gave up the 1 earned run. So he was literally lights out the entire way. And for a large part of the season, the Dodgers have had a really injured pitching staff, but now it feels like they're finally starting to get a little bit healthy. I mean, look at that. When was the last time you saw 6 starting pitchers for the LA Dodgers all healthy leading into September, going into October? That's a weapon. That's really scary right there.
Yeah, exactly, right? And you look at some of the innings pitched right here. I mean, you can tell that these guys haven't been there all season long. Blake Snell's got 32 innings. Tyler Glasnow's got 61 innings. Shohei Ohtani's got 32 innings. Emmett Sheehan, he's got 48 innings, right? Like, the inning leader here is Yoshinobu Yamamoto at 139, and then nobody else is touching 100. So these guys have just been, like, quite literally, like, bandaging their way through the entire season, so credit to them for being in the spot that they are right now. That's actually that's pretty wild that they are where they are, and they only have 1 starting pitcher over 100 innings, but just goes to show the depth of that Dodgers team, the ability of that lineup, and then the bullpen as well. But now that this rotation is getting healthy, and now that you're thinking, it's like you got, I don't want to say arrested Shohei Ohtani, but his arm is rested at the very least, right? It's not like he's not 100 innings in the tank at this point. Like, if anything, you got to imagine from a pitching standpoint, him and Snell and Glasnow Well, they're ramping up right now. You know, it's like they should be getting into their, early to mid-season form, whereas some of these other pitchers, and this is always a talking point, it's like some of those other guys, they're feeling that elbow, they're feeling that shoulder right now. I mean, like it's starting to hurt. They're getting to that last leg. They're pushing their inning limits. These guys, they're just getting warmed up, and you got to think that walking into postseason, that's going to be a weapon for them.
Yeah, if they could all really start clicking all at the same time, and like you're saying, right now they're slowly getting into that, it's going to be an absolute disgusting weapon come postseason. The fact that they won the World Series with 3 starting pitchers, one of them being Walker Buehler, no offense, that like really wasn't playing well at all.
He was a corpse of Walker Buehler, basically. That's rude of me to say, but
it's true. He was the shell of who he was. And then, this year it's been a little bit of an opposite story where the bullpen hasn't been that like lights out dominant kind of bullpen we've seen in the past. They've been fine. They have a 20th ERA. It's fine. They're winning ball games. But now they're going to have to bank a lot of their success off that pitching and as well off the hitting. That's always been very dominant. And we're starting to see a slow change in the hitting as well. You start to see Mookie Betts starting to heat up just a little bit. Leads the team or tied with Freddie Freeman in hits in the last 15 days. So an 803 OPS. You kind of need him to start cooking. And really, like, that lineup is so deep that, like, you don't need a hell of a lot to change right there. Him coming to life will definitely help in the top of the lineup. But that's, honestly, they're in a very good spot when you look at the rest of the MLB being so weak where it is right now. Like, it is really disgustingly weak. There's no juggernauts right now. Even the Brewers starting to fall off. This team can definitely make some waves in postseason.
Well, of course they can. I mean, there's still the undeniable favorite at this point, and when you look at that pitching staff and you see a wave of 3 ERAs or better coming at you, I mean, like, that's filthy. They don't have a single guy in that rotation, I guess other than Ohtani, but he's only got 32 innings.
Right.
But nobody's got an ERA, I look at, I'm like, oh, yeah, I want you to take that guy out. No. Every single person is contributing in a big way. So
yeah, and the name value of they are crazy, right? Like Snell, Glasnow, Yamamoto, Kershaw, Ohtani. Everyone knows those names.
Literally,
that's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, this team is obviously, you don't need us to tell you that this team is built for success, but it does feel like. And this is always the talking point, in an MLB and in any sport really, but MLB especially because it's just such a bloody long season. Are you playing good ball and are you healthy in September walking into October? Now, we still have a month to go. I mean, injuries happen at any given point, so they could get hit with a wild wave of them, and then, oh, shit, at the end of September, it looks like a completely different ball team. But right now, on August, 28th?
That's crazy. Wow.
On August 28th, this Dodgers team is feeling like they're just starting to pick up steam. And that, I think, is something that the rest of the MLB has got to be scared about.
You know what this MLB season kind of makes me feel like a good symbolism for it to be is it's like a game of hot potato. Like we keep passing along who's the best team, who's the favorite team, and right now like the Dodgers kind of handling the hot potato right now. In any given moment, like you're saying, it could be just switched over and anybody else could take it over.
Exactly. It's kind of like, are they capable of holding that potato for the next 2 months, right? Because that's what it's going to require to win the World Series, right? There's been moments and glimpses for honestly all of the top teams, right? It's like Milwaukee's still, I think, the number 1 squad in my opinion, even though they are 4-6 in their last 10. I mean, they got a bunch of wins on everyone else, so they're still my number 1 team, but they've shown, signs where, we're human. And same with LA and same with Philadelphia. You think about the American League with the Detroit Tigers, right? Like, they were incredible, and then they kind of tapered off a bit, and now they've lost 4 in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like no one is over it. I mean, even looking at the top teams right here, 5-5, 5-5, 4-6. I mean, these are all the division leaders right here, folks. So anyone is capable of winning this thing. It really just does come down to who's hot, who's healthy, and right now, that's the LA Dodgers.
Which is why it's exciting, because if you're the Dodgers, you're feeling good. But if you're any other team, you're like, all we need is a hot streak, and we could actually go to the World Series.
Yeah, make a serious run.
Make a serious run. That's why I think this has got to be one of the most interesting baseball seasons of the year. But the Dodgers right now certainly getting healthy, and certainly they could definitely use Ohtani's arm in the postseason. Guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time.
Cheers.